Let me introduce our constraint template. We have decided to use an Excel file instead of Web UI to reduce the learning curve. Since most people are already familiar with Excel, it is also very powerful. For example, you can filter tasks and apply some formula to set the constraints for multiple tasks at once. In the first tab, you can set the constraints for tasks. You can find the min duration and max duration at the end. The rest of the columns are provided as reference information. These constraints will always be respected and satisfied during the optimization, as compared to resource constraints. As an example, if you want to only optimize part of the tasks, you can set the min duration and max duration to be same as the old duration for the rest of the tasks. Next, we move on to the Resources tab. Here you can set the min and max units per day, as well as cost per unit. The interpretation of the word unit depends on the specific resource. For example, if a task requires 10 men working for 10 hours, and if we assign 5 men to it, then it can be finished in 20 hours. In this case, units means 100 man-hour, and units per hour means 5 men. On the other hand, if the same task requires 100 kilograms of sand, the units means 100 kilogram, and units per hour means 5 kilogram per hour. The unit per hour data is aggregated into units per day data since it is more practically used. As an example, we can see that originally the distribution peak for pipe fitter resource is 5 men. Now, if we're lack of manpower and only have 4 men, we can fill 4 for the max units per day. We will see the effect of this later. Optimization-wise, we will try to find solutions that satisfy these constraints. However, if you set the duration constraint too stringent, or if there are other milestone constraints defined in the project file, we won't be able to satisfy these conflicting constraints. Nonetheless, you should always try to increase the learning rate and optimization steps if the optimizer cannot find solutions that satisfy resource constraints. Next, if you have more detailed constraints, you can go down to the level of any specific task-resource pair. You can choose to ignore this relationship during the optimization and set min-max resource rate. These constraints will always be satisfied and considered together with the duration constraints. Moving on, we can define constraints for the calendar. Since we're doing mathematical optimization here, consider an 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. calendar. It is possible that our AI asks you to start a task at 4 p.m. Mathematically, this is possible, but practically, it may be not. In this case, I can input a 10 such that the tasks must start before 10 a.m. In the last tab, we provide some project information as reference. I would like to highlight that, just like the entire constraint template itself, all the constraints fields are optional to fill. You only need to input what you already know.